It was a church that has burned in the same spot 3 separate times over the last 50 years. And it turned out that it was the area where the priests keep the incense and the anointing oil, because for some reason, I don't know why.
What does this have to do with anything?
Well,
I guess I'm just trying to see.
There have been accidental fires.
Yeah.
So
Look, if ever a church has burned down in the history of Canada before, obviously that means the church is burning down now. It's just a coincidence.
Come on, guys. Detective Tail is on the case here. He cracked the case for us. I can't believe you don't get what he's saying. He's saying that it's all the priest's fault.
Why this particular group of priests is just not aware that you probably shouldn't have an open flame next to flammable oil. And so this is the 5th time that the fire department has been called out. So I would have liked to see you discuss, for example, why it is that Canadian churches seem to be exempt from fire codes, or be aware that...
I don't know what fire code is going to prevent the incense from burning your building down. Fire codes aren't about making buildings fireproof. Also, Counter's face is my face right now. Like, this is insane.
Oh, he's not gonna let this pass.
It's like, oh yeah, well, sometimes churches accidentally burn down. Why didn't you talk about those?
This is the evidence.
Actually incredible. Like, Lauren was supposed to go through history and talk about how every church has ever burned down and what it could possibly be.
Yes.
This is insane. Like,
Tails finally jumped in on his own, though.
You just flip this back on them and say, oh yeah, well, kids have been accidentally dying for thousands of years. How come you're not talking about that shit?
Indigenous kids have died since the history of their existence on this continent. Okay. I mean, why are we just focusing on when they died in this school specifically? I don't understand.
That's fascinating, Tail. So your current assertion is that all the fucking churches that burned down in Canada over the past 2 years was accidental, and Catholic priests, on top of being fucking pedos and fucking Native American beaters, are fucking dog shit at fucking fire safety. That's what you want to contribute to this fucking conversation right now?
It really is like an adult telling a child to go to their room.
It's so good.
Yeah, look, they are trying to progress. It's hard enough to progress the conversation with Lance. Then you have this fucker resetting them all the time. Stop it. You're not helping anybody do anything. Go away.
Tail, go back to the kiddie table, okay?
Yes.
Drink your fruit punch. We're here at Thanksgiving dinner trying to have an actual conversation, please.
Contributing to you the facts as they stand. If you have a problem with the facts as they stand,
so
oh my god, not the response you make.
Are you saying that no church has ever burned down because of incense going wrong? Is that what you're saying? Are you trying to challenge history? That's the facts, buddy.
That's the facts as they stand.
I have problems with the fucking facts because you keep doing this meta conversation bullshit that has fucking nothing to do with what's going on. So tell me, because I am...
Look, Lauren's cracking up. Lauren's in full ecstasy here.
She's with
frustrated with you
because he gets to express an emotion for her. She's vicariously living through it. You just add to the conversation by saying that maybe Catholic priests are accidentally burning down their own churches. Is that a serious contention that Lauren and I are supposed to take on earnestly? Do you think that we need to go back to fucking Google.com right now and be real quick and be like, hey, what's the fucking fire codes of the fucking Vatican? Do they put out fucking fire safety briefs for the priests? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to research with that information?
Look at Lance. He's just completely deadpan. He's like, oh my God. I'm the most incompetent debating partner.
I'm kind of hoping Lance at this point is like, I am fucked. My part is useless.
Totally. He is. He's like emailing his agent right now. He's like, fuck, what the fuck have you done to me?
Yeah, my partner has spoken, reminded me he exists, and then embarrassed me. And I'm Lance.
Exactly. I'm surprised he hasn't turned off his camera.
Mm-hmm.
Are you asking me for tips?
No, I'm not, because I know you're...
Is that a rhetorical question? Or are you asking me legitimately?
I think that this is the most unwarrantedly snug person I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
They're so stupid that they know to be like, I don't...
It's Dunning-Kruger on display.
I don't even know if it's Dunning-Kruger because he's not even like making a...
No, this guy.
It's like talking about
thinks he's like Einstein. This guy thinks he's like 140
Well, you think
IQ.
he presents something?
He did.
I think he thinks he did. Maybe
the priests are accidentally burning down the churches.
Right? Case closed.
Right, case closed.
Problem
it's
solved.
In the past. Therefore, vis-a-vis, ergo ad proctem, it's happening right now.
It's like, FBI, why didn't you mention it, Lauren, here's my card.
Why was it in your video, huh? Put the incense thing in your stupid video, Lauren. Otherwise, you're not being honest.
Right. I mean, maybe
look, Lance
maybe
is
the
wiping
priest,
the sweat off his
they
brow
just
right
accidentally stumbled while painting the walls and then wrote like anti-religious slurs and then specifically decapitated the heads of the statues and wrote, "Remember the 751 children." That was just an accident. That's nothing to do with the church burning.
I know plenty of incense that can do that.
Yeah.
And you're being an asshole for no fucking reason. Contribute to the fucking conversation or don't.
I'm identifying that the church fires preceded any announcement of these graves.
Stop saying church fires happened before.
And your version repeatedly is that there is some sort of...
So hold the fuck up. So if I take a look... What the fuck are you taking my...
Look at this. Look at this. We hit the breaking point. We finally hit the wall here, ladies and gentlemen.
This right here is why this format sucks, because all you're gonna get is the moderator being like, wait for your turn, please.
I know. Oh my god.
When everyone wants to hear what Counterpoint is gonna say, it's like, no, well, cut off. Too bad.
Someone in the chat says hashtag not all church fires. There you go.
There you go. Yeah. Exactly right.
Speaking of someone who's incensed,
because they gotta let him at least finish if you want to respond to him. Okay, Tail, please finish.
I think Connor might need to take a break.
Oh my god!
Thank you once again for adding so much to the conversation.
I can see why you were just so fucking ashamed of yourself and your piss poor performance here that you deleted yourself from the internet. I can see why. I would see why, and you know what? I agree. You made the right call.
Tail,
the only correct thing that you've probably done this whole fucking week was delete yourself from the internet.
Mm-hmm. Detective
do us all
Tail,
a big favor so we never have to listen to your fucking snark and smugness ever again.
Detective Tail is going to donate his time now just so Connor can take a break. Isn't that magnanimous of him? It's like, I want to give you my time so you can relax just for a minute. I see you're a little hot. I see you're angry at what I'm saying.
I don't know. I feel like every internet debate would be so much more enjoyable if Detective Tails was part of them.
I know.
Somehow I feel like it would be cringe-inducingly nightmarish, but maybe. I'm going to say maybe.
That's what I mean. Definitely from a pure hate, from a pure Schadenfreude, from a pure just hate.
Oh yes, yeah. Schadenfreude is the right word here. Definitely, yeah.
But do you want to finish? Okay.
I do this all the time, buddy.
I'm perfectly fine. I'm good.
I'm good.
You can proceed.
What?
It's obviously very important to you.
Hey, Connor, you can go on.
Thanks for the interruption, and now we can get back to kind of like what a waste of this whole debate. You could chop out all of the wasted time. You probably have a good half an hour. Just dead
delete
air.
Tails entirely. Delete half of everything Lance says, and just get some insight from the top row. Except the moderator, he's worthless.
Except
delete the moderator too.
Yep.
Tails thank you for the dog bowl, Dylan. Ding ding. So fucking. All right. So you said that these church burnings happened in the past as well. If I was to Google church burnings and look at it statistically, do you think I would see an increase over the past 2 years?
I have absolutely no idea.
Then what?
You should have an idea.
Hold on. We got to get a
Sounds like somebody was unprepared for the debate, and that's very unprofessional.
Very unprofessional.
We have to get a blow up of Lauren's face right now.
Yeah.
Look
at that.
How the fuck don't you know this? That's like super important to your argument.
What is that facial expression? That's like astounded, maybe?
Yes.
Dumbfounded,
shocked,
flabbergasted.
Flabbergasted. There you go. That's flabbergasted.
Oh my goodness.
Past as well. If I was to Google church burnings and look at it statistically, do you think I would see an increase over the past 2 years?
I have absolutely no idea.
Then what the fuck are you talking about?
I would say probably.
And what the fuck are you talking about?
You don't have to be condescending in every single response.
Oh, fuck off!
Yo, totally fuck off.
Totally fuck off. Partner?
Yes.
Holy shit! I can't
He's
believe
the king of condescending.
Absolutely, that's a fucking amazing comment.
Oh, come on. I mean,
then I want Tail to say something real.
I did, Connor. I said something real.
Okay, you said that Catholic.
Yeah, real stupid.
I mean, you said real words that we recognize exist, but That's about as far as you can take that point.
And you do get a desperation of like, please nail him down. Be like, why did you bring up the incense thing? Tell me specifically why the incense burnings. Do it. Tell me right now. And he's like, it's something to consider in relation to the burning. And you're like, what do you mean? What do you mean when you say that? What am I supposed to consider? That all of them were fucking priests being idiots and burning down their own churches? Is that what I'm supposed to consider?
I just love
exactly.
I love that Counterpoints asked him the most pertinent question. Well, you know, do you think there's been an increase in church burnings?
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know. Seriously, man, he should know that.
Oh,
that's something you should know in prep for this debate. You know that's going to come up.
You would check it. That'd be one of the things to check and see if you could use it against the other side. Has there actually been an uptick in burnings?
You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
You guys don't think that he Googled that literally during the debate, though, this incense argument? I feel like this was Googled during the debate while everyone was talking.
Could be right. If he Googled it and found that the spike was actually there, then he would just claim he doesn't know, right? Because it can't help him to say there was a spike.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe he does know that there was. It's just hiding.
Not worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Priests are burning down their own churches by being assholes and putting incense in the wrong spot. That's what I heard. Is that your real contribution to this conversation?
If you have a problem with that fact, it is your problem to have.
Okay, I have a problem with that fact.
The problem with the fact.
Then that's your.
Well, this guy's so intentionally dishonest because he doesn't have a problem with the fact that this happened. He has a problem with you asserting that this is what's happening right now, and that's not
some
a fact.
way relevant in any conceivable way, while trying to act like it is very relevant and it's something we should seriously consider.
Right.
Like this is seriously one of those guys where you're like, you need to shut the fuck up. The adults are trying to have a conversation.
Yeah,
I hate this appeal to the fact that he hasn't connected them himself. I've simply presented there's this violent thing that happened across town, and my dad is a violent person. You're like, what? Why did you say that? And you're like, what? There are two facts for you right there.
Yep.
He should ask him if he understands that it's irrelevant. That would be a good word to throw out because what he's bringing up is totally irrelevant.
Yeah, fucking hit him with the irrelevance. So he has to make it relevant.
I don't think he gets it though. I don't think he understands that it's irrelevant. He's like, "What? We're talking about fires, dude. We're talking about fire.
Fires, yeah. There are candles in churches sometimes. That's a
fire. Yeah, I've seen them.
A lot of candles in churches.
I mean, I look up in the sky. The sun is on fire every day. Are you saying that Antifa burned the sun down? I don't understand what you're asking.
I burned myself on a candle and now I hate them.
Yeah. Detective Tales versus candles.
Kids every year they celebrate their birthday. They blow candles out. Are you saying the church can't do this? I don't understand.
I'm just saying it's actually an incontrovertible fact that wasn't actually their birthday. They were only born once.
Yeah. And they're like, "Why are you bringing up birthday candles?" And he's like, "Well, if you disagree with facts."
Yeah. Are you denying the fact that people have birthdays?
I'm just saying it's a general trend that is observable in society.
It's a verbal fact that kids blow up birthday candles. I don't understand what you're fighting me about.
Why are you so upset? Why do you have a break? Have a break.
I think you need to take a break because I'm lost.
These are the people who know how we should totally restructure the entirety of civilization, guys. These guys have it down. They are so fucking smart, dude. Oh fucking hell.
It's the brain trust.
These guys know how the world should really be run.
There is a bit of a moment of like, it's completely insane, but just like if you manage to look inside their brain with some kind of sci-fi tech and it's literally just sweating panic of like, I have no fucking clue what's happening right now. I hope I can survive.
Yeah.
Right. Or problem to have.
Okay.
Question: Are Catholic priests also putting paint on the front of their churches and beheading their statues? Paint that says
a Catholic priest beheading their own statue.
He was cutting the grass and tripped, and the clippers just went crazy, and they cut the heads off.
Real sharp clippers, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Final Destination movie out there in Canada. It's bad.
I mean, hey, I've seen those movies. That's a fact. Okay.
Yes, that is a fact, and if you disagree with it, you disagree with facts. Also, I like the idea that he's just like, you know what? Now's my time. I fucking hate that ugly statue out there. I'm chopping its head off, and I have an excuse now. Like, you can blame it on the fucking crazy people doing it. Fuck this stupid statue, and it's on like video, and he's like, no, it's ruining it.
Fight for, X progressive cause. I've literally seen the serfs tweeting out stuff that says, we were just indigenous children. Are the Catholic priests putting that up on their church walls? Are they the ones doing that graffiti? That's been an exponential.
No, Lauren, that was the incense. Pay attention. Jesus.
Yeah.
Growth the last few months.
I'm more than willing to acknowledge that there's plenty of things that have been happening over the last.
I'm willing to acknowledge plenty of things have happened.
Oh my god.
He's gonna say like the last 70 years or the last 100 years.
Oh, 3 or 5 or 5
God,
or 10
if you're in
years
Lance's position, you
that
just
could be
say, shut the fuck up. Stop talking. Stop using your mouth noises, please. Jesus Christ.
The most they've got him to say is, I can acknowledge many things have happened in the past 10, 20, 30 years. Like, whoa.
Did he say 10? Did he say 10, 20, 30 years?
I think
I thought he said like 3, 5, 10.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it might have
Back
been,
it up a little bit.
Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years or whatever.
I'm curious. We're finally digging into Tales here. We're getting a little inside look at Tales. Yeah, Detective Tales.
In any number of, I'm more than willing.
Priests putting that up on their church walls. Are they the ones doing that graffiti? That's been an exponential growth the last few months.
I'm more than willing to acknowledge that there's plenty of things that have been happening over the last 3 or 5 or 10 years that could be charted in any number of conceivable ways. But you haven't actually addressed what
be charted in any
What did you
number.
say?
Oh.
Why
He didn't say anything.
Why bother talking?
No, that's accusing of cherry picking right there.
Maybe he thinks it's bragging that his brain can comprehend just things.
Things happening.
It's like, yes, I'm able to comprehend things that happen.
I can acknowledge that in the past things have happened. Yes,
I'm willing to give you that. Okay, like.
You don't think there's an accusation, an implied accusation of cherry picking there? Like she's cherry picking the data? Oh, the data, this data can be cast in any number of ways, obviously.
If Lance was your friend and you were watching this live, you'd be like, dude, who is this guy?
Who
what
the
is
fuck
happening?
is this weirdo? Yeah, what fucking park bench did you pull this retard off of?
Yeah.
Oh no. He's one of your fans then, right?
Oh, artards are different from retards.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we're great. And we have houses.
Mongols don't have houses, they live outside.
Which was, these fires preceded the news.
Okay.
Didn't he just admit that he doesn't know how many more fires there were after the news?
Yes.
So why the fuck would he repeat that point when he's admitted he doesn't even know?
I know.
Because they still
proceeded.
Because
he's dumb. Because he's dumb? All right.
Because they still preceded the news, though. That's all that matters.
He's also taken the argument off the table that the fires before the news are even related to the news in saying that, they're incidents, obviously unrelated. So, I mean, if you want to establish a pattern that, there's been this systemic injustice that's been going on for a long time. It's been resulting in fires, and the news necessarily hasn't really increased that. That's one thing. But if you're saying these happened before the news hit and they were completely unrelated to the news, you're kind of kneecapping your own argument.
Mm-hmm. Here, let me break this down for you really quickly. I was a former law enforcement officer, okay? We investigate things.
Well, you're still a former law
When
enforcement
something
officer.
picks up in a certain pattern, let's say that there's like one burglary in one area, and then it's just one burglary and then it happens. Okay, well, burglary happens. We try to investigate it. If we don't figure it out, then okay, whatever. If 20 burglaries occur in the same area within a month, there's probably a reason for it, so you can investigate it. And what I'm doing right now is I'm doing 1 + 1 = 2. And you're saying 1 is maybe a 0.5, so maybe it doesn't equal 2. And I have no idea what this adds to the conversation because we're literally light years ahead of where you're going.